Ask me why I chose to roll this out as a square. I just don't have very good control over the thing, and so that's how it came out. Well, that's a no-no. I should mention that. If you ever put your rolling pin like this and roll, it'll leave a really terrible mark, and you may not even be able to get it out. You may have to start all over again. Now, some people go for maybe like a 1/4 inch thick, but again, I kind of like it a little bit thinner, because if it's like a 1/4 inch thick on the cake, when you take a bite out of this, it's really going to dominate the whole cake, and I'm not really into that. I think that looks pretty good. Alright, now, here's one way to transfer it that looks pretty good. There we are. And need to move it just a little bit. There. Oops. I think you saw that. That is pretty good. I think that the size on that was just about right. Another tip is don't pull the fondant. It works out a lot better to straighten the pleats out and then move your hand from top to bottom like this, like you're pushing it down. And look how easy that is. It just works itself out. Whereas if you yank on the fondant too much, like if you pull on the bottom edge, it's going to cause a tear. And if you get a tear in this thing, I think your best bet is to put a decoration over it, because you're never going to cover up I don't think you'll ever be able to conceal a tear in this if it happens. Knock on wood. Okay, so I'm going to continue straightening this out, and I'm going to do the other cake, and then I'll show you how to stack them. Okay, I'm going to trim off the excess fondant here. Be sure and save this excess, because it's a good way of making, little ornaments and stuff. And so if you're doing a tiered cake, you can use the same color again. Everything will match perfectly. Okay, it's time to stack these cakes, and I'm going to try a method that I haven't tried yet. So I'm going to see how this works. So I push this straw straight in until it hits the bottom. And then I'm going to pick it up just a little bit and clip it, and then push it back. So of course the idea here is to keep the top tier from becoming uneven or sinking in or something. And when the straws are vertical, they're actually pretty strong. And I'm going to put 4 in. I guess the bare minimum would be 3. Okay, and of course they're not, centered or anything, but no one cares because no one's going to see that. So now, oops, a little buttercream to make sure the thing gets glued down and doesn't slide away on us. Now, the moment of truth. God, this makes me nervous. This spreader is like totally straining under the weight. It feels like it's about to snap. And this is only an 8-inch cake here. So as you can see, the color scheme didn't turn out anywhere near how I described in the in the earlier segment there, but I like how they go together. This is a cake for my housewarming party, and so the colors are supposed to match the house. And actually, if you take a look at the walls in here, it is actually pretty close to that color on the cake. And the outside of the house is kind of this kind of a dark yellow sort of color, kind of like the bottom of the cake. So it's okay. It's looking like how I want it to. And the trick is, so you notice you've got this ugly gap here. And as far as I know, there's really nothing you can do about that. The best thing to do is to come in with a piece of trim, make like a ribbon, either use an actual ribbon or make a ribbon out of fondant and wrap it around, which is what I'm going to do. And same at the bottom here. You could also do some buttercream frosting in there, but I think I'm going to go with the fondant strip. Alright, so I'm going to finish this thing up and take a look and see how it is in a minute.